I have something real special for you today. Father's Day is coming up, and I know all the dads out there are gonna love this recipe. This is something that I would do for my dad, something special. You know, if you're cooking this, you got some dads out there, this recipe is gonna blow them away, or teach your wife to make this one. Send her the link to this video so she'll watch it. What I have are some bony and still Cowboy cut or Tomahawk Ribeye is what I call them. I call them tomahawks because they still got a lot of that bone French back on it. You pick it up and it looks like a tomahawk a little bit. And I had these special cut. You're not going to find these just in your regular grocery store. You're going to have to go talk to your butcher and get them to cut them for you. You want them cut these are about 1.5 to 2 inches thick. You can see it's about a 20 ounce to 22 ounce ribeye with the bone still on. So what we're gonna do today with these Tomahawk ribeyes is a reverse sear. Anytime you're cooking a thinner steak, you know, your 1 pounders and down, you know, 12 to 16 ounce ribeyes, you really want to cook them, sear them over on a, you know, hot and fast over direct coals. Good lump charcoal, it gets the grill real hot and it's gonna cook them real fast. But these big ones, you can't do them like that because it's gonna cook the outside before the inside gets done. So what I do on this is a technique called a reverse sear. So I'm firing up my smoker outside. I'm gonna get it set about 250 degrees. Then I'm gonna put these steaks on it and get a probe in them because that's the most important thing. You don't wanna overshoot that temp, and we're gonna bring them up slow. It really gives the meat time to come up. It's not gonna push out as much moisture fast, so it's gonna be a moisture steak, and it's gonna be cooked perfect all the way through from top to bottom. Now at the very end, we're gonna throw it over on the hot charcoal grill to really get those great sear marks on it. And that's what's really gonna caramelize that outside, and we'll hit it with a little bit more seasoning at the end. With steaks like these, I'm not gonna lie, you don't have to do a whole lot to them. You really want this great flavor from the ribeye. So all I'm doing, I've got a little bit of canola oil, and I'm gonna brush the outsides a little bit. This is gonna help with the browning a little bit, plus it's gonna give kind of a binder for the seasoning that I'm gonna use to stick to. And with the ribeye like this, man, there's no need to marinate or inject it or anything. You want that beef flavor, and you wanna keep your flavors real simple. Salt, pepper, garlic. Those are 3 seasonings that are a must on a good steak, and that's really all it needs. So that's what I'm gonna use. You know, I have my all-purpose seasoning that I've been working on, and it's basically a ratio of salt, black pepper, and granulated garlic. And I've got a few other herbs and stuff in there, but I'll put in the description below this video, you can find the ratio to this all-purpose rub if you wanna try to make some yourself. It'll get you real close to my recipe. So I've got it in my little dredge here, and I'm just gonna give these steaks a good coat. Man, they're gonna be good. How can you go wrong with a ribeye that size? But now they just need to sit and come up to room temperature. You know, being this thick, these steaks, you don't want to put them on cold because that's going to make them cook uneven. So let them sit out for about 30 minutes just on the table after you get them seasoned. Plenty of time to get your grill fired up outside. And that way when you cook them, they're gonna really cook even, and so the moisture is just going to stay inside and not be pushed out. Okay, I got my Yoder fired up out here today for the first part of this reverse sear, and this is the important part where we're getting the ribeyes on the cooker and we're bringing them up slow, up close to done. For the reverse sear, we're looking for 115. You know, now that's a little bit below where I want them. I like my ribeyes, especially ribeyes this side, in the medium rare range, which is right at 125 to 130 is getting closer to medium, but that's perfect. So we want to stop them about 10 degrees short. That way we can put them on our charcoal grill, get those great grill marks on it, finish off the top side. What I'm gonna show you is the critical part. Now, if you don't have a meat thermometer for a steak like this, you gotta get one. You know, if you spend $30 on each steak and you just throw it on here and wanna eyeball it and take your chances with it, go ahead. But I definitely recommend watching the internal temperature. And it's real simple. I mean, there's all kinds of meat probes out on the market. I happen to like the Chef Alarm by ThermoWorks, but hey, whatever you like. But you want to get it in a thick part of the meat. And I'm just going to choose this back one back here, and this one just reads on this first part of this thermocoupler. So I don't need to go real far in. I'm just going in a little ways like that. The rest of it sticks out. It only reads on the tip. So I got my alarm set for 1:15, and now we're just gonna close this cooker and let it cook. Now, I'm telling you, it's probably gonna take about an hour, but it's not guaranteed, so go by the internal temperature, especially when you're cooking an expensive cut of steak. So next thing to do, just close it down and watch. Don't walk away too long. Just know that it's out there about an hour, but keep an eye on about 30 minutes. Okay, it's been about an hour, and you can see my chef alarm, I've set it at 1:15, it's about 1:18, but it's time to get it off. So I want to get these ribeyes off and show you the next step. I've got my Weber grill, some charcoal fired up out back. I'm going to take these off, take them inside, do a little tweaking on them, and then we're going to go on the Weber grill and sear them off, so stick around. Just before putting them on the grill over charcoal for that final sear, I want to show you one other thing I like to do, and I just take some butter and melt it, just regular butter. We're just gonna brush that over the steak now, and this is just gonna add a little richness to it, as if this big ribeye needs any more richness. But I'm also gonna add just an additional little bit of seasoning, and that butter is gonna help that seasoning melt in. But what this is, it's a coarse grind. You can find several different brands. This is McCormick's Grill Makes Montreal, but I like the coarseness of it. It's got a couple different peppers in it and some coarser salt. And a few other things in it, but it tastes really great on steak. I even use this on my brisket recipe for competitions. I'm just giving it a light little hit, kind of to form a crust, to add some texture to this ribeye. And you want to do it on both sides. I'll do the opposite side once we get out to the grill. Full chimney full of charcoal underneath the rack here, and I got some grill grates on, and we're going straight on with these big ribeyes. Now's the searing part. We're looking at about 4 minutes on each side to get the sear right where I want them, to get them good medium rare ribeye. So I'm gonna get a timer set. Then we're gonna just keep on rocking. All right, I'm gonna get my lid on. I got my timer set, 2 minutes, and I'm gonna give them a twist. But with a thick steak like this, you wanna cook it with the lid on. Thin steaks, you can cook lid off. But anything that's over 1.5 inches thick, leave the lid on so the heat radiates from all sides. Okay, the first timer's going off. That means it's time for the twist. Same thing to both steaks. Give us another timer for 2 minutes. We're good to go. This is for me. All right, we've done a total of 4 minutes on the sear on the first side. Now we're gonna give these a flip over and let's knock this other side out. Over a good hot part of the grill. Some nice marks going. We're gonna go 2 more minutes and give them another twist. And we're gonna check our internal, see where we're at. We should be real close to about 120, between 125 and 130. All right, here's time for the last twist on those big tomahawks. And we're gonna be ready to wrap things up. Looking good though. All right, that final 4 minutes is up, and I want you to look when I stuck my thermopop in, 131. These are perfect medium rare. We're gonna take them off right there. Man, what a steak. Now I know any dad would be proud to tackle one of these. Okay, we're completely off the grill, but we're not done just yet. Look, this is the most important part. Set another timer for 10 minutes once you bring them in. I know you want to dive into it, you want to cut them, but don't. Trust me, all the juice is gonna run out. Steaks like this, it's really critical. This is on a smaller piece of meat. I know these are big ribeyes, but you'll lose the juice out of it, and that's when it's gonna be dry. So you gotta let it rest. So give yourself 10 minutes and just walk away. You can cover it with a little bit of foil if you need to, but I normally just leave it sitting right here. And it's hard, but trust me, it's worth it. I don't know about you, but I can't wait to try one. I know it's gonna be awesome. So we're gonna put them out here. Let's just cut into this ribeye and see what it's like. Look at that juice through and through. Perfect medium rare. Cooked real even all the way across from top to bottom. There's no gray to pink to real bright pink. It's just an even cook when you do this reverse sear. I'm gonna get in here and get a bite of this one. Still see some of the juice running. That just melts in your mouth right there. That's flavor. Hey, I know your dad or any dad out there will be happy with a steak like this on Father's Day. Cold drink, ribeye, what else do you need? Just leave them alone. If you like what we're doing here on How to Barbecue Right's YouTube channel, click like the channel and follow us. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter. We love all the comments, all the feedback, the interaction. I'll try to get to every question, and as always, if you have something you want to see me do, let me know and I'll try to work it in. Thanks again.